Hey, Stoic warriors. Yesterday, you lost 3 hours to scrolling. 3 hours, 180 minutes of your finite existence evaporated into digital smoke, while somewhere, someone with half your talent built their empire in those same moments. They weren't smarter, they weren't luckier, they just understood what you're about to discover. Rome burns while you sleep. Not the ancient city, but your personal Rome, your dreams, your potential, your one shot at greatness. Each morning, you wake up surrounded by the ashes of yesterday's distractions, promising yourself tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow never comes because you haven't learned the secret that transformed a slave named Epictetus into history's greatest teacher of mental freedom. Marcus Aurelius commanded legions, yet his greatest battle happened every dawn in the silence of his tent. While soldiers slept, while enemies plotted, while an empire waited for his wisdom, he wrote words that would outlive his throne by millennia. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. These weren't pretty phrases for philosophy students. These were survival codes, written in the blood of experience. Your ancestors hunted at dawn. Their focus meant survival. One scattered thought, one moment of broken concentration, and their children starved. You inherited their nervous system, their biochemistry, their capacity for laser-sharp attention. Yet you wake up and immediately fracture that evolutionary gift across 47 open browser tabs and a phone screen begging for your soul. Sometimes, at 3 a.m. when insomnia holds you hostage, you feel it, that ancient warrior inside, screaming to be released. That part of you that knows you were built for something magnificent, something that requires every ounce of your concentrated power. But morning comes, and you betray that warrior again, choosing comfort's sweet poison over greatness's bitter medicine. I discovered these 5 Stoic rules after wasting 4 years of mornings, after watching dreams decompose while I perfected the art of being busy but not productive. These rules didn't just change my mornings, they revolutionized my existence. They turned scattered energy into focused fire. They transformed potential into power. What you're about to learn isn't self-help wrapped in ancient philosophy. This is cognitive architecture, the blueprints for building an unshakable mental fortress that begins construction the moment consciousness returns each day. These rules will feel like they're reading your mind because they tap into struggles coded in our DNA, battles every human fights, but few ever win. If you're ready to stop bleeding attention, to stop donating your focus to everyone except yourself, to finally become the architect of your own morning and therefore your destiny, like this video now as your first act of intentional focus. Subscribe, hit that bell, and don't you dare skip ahead. Each rule is a key, and you need all 5 to unlock your morning mastery. Type these 3 words in the comments. Focus breeds empire. Now let's dive in. Number 1. The sovereignty seizure. Power has an address, and it lives in the first 7 minutes after you wake. Not 5, not 10, 7. Neuroscience confirms what Stoics knew through intuition. Your brain exists in a hypnopompic state for exactly 7 minutes after waking, a twilight zone where your subconscious and conscious minds share the throne. Whoever claims those 7 minutes owns your entire day. Marcus Aurelius called it the fortress of the self, but I call it the sovereignty seizure, that violent, beautiful moment when you rip control from chaos and declare yourself emperor of your own consciousness. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit, he wrote, for all things must bow to the one who maintains their inner citadel. Most people surrender these 7 minutes to their phones, checking messages like peasants awaiting orders from invisible masters. They don't realize they're participating in a digital coronation ceremony, crowning everyone else king of their attention while they become willing slaves to the notification gods. Your phone doesn't buzz, it commands. It doesn't notify, it colonizes. But warriors move differently in the morning mist. They understand that focus isn't something you find. It's something you seize with the violence of someone drowning who finally breaks the surface. Tomorrow, when consciousness creeps back, don't reach for anything. Don't move. Lie there like a predator waiting, feeling your breath fill your chest, sensing your heartbeat drum its ancient rhythm. In those 7 minutes, you're not checking what the world wants from you. You're deciding what you want from the world. You're not reacting, you're creating. This isn't meditation, this is calculation. You're mapping your day like a general maps a battlefield, identifying where attention will attack, where distraction will ambush, where victory hides. Feel your mind resist this emptiness. Feel it beg for stimulation, for validation, for the sweet narcotic of external input. That discomfort you feel, that's your addiction to distraction dying. That restlessness, that's your true power awakening from its coma. Your mind will scream for its morning fix of chaos. Deny it, starve it, make it feed on its own strength instead. The sovereignty seizure isn't gentle. It's a coup d'etat against the government of distraction that's been ruling your mornings. When you claim those 7 minutes, you're not just starting your day, you're conquering it before it even begins. You're writing the treaty of your daily victory, while your enemies, doubt, distraction, and digital dependency, still sleep. Number 2. The elimination ritual. Before gladiators entered the Colosseum, they performed a ritual, not of preparation, but of elimination. They stripped away everything: doubt, fear, attachment to outcome. They became nothing so they could become everything. Your morning needs this same violent simplification. Seneca, Rome's wealthiest philosopher, practiced voluntary poverty not because he was eccentric, but because he understood a truth that will shatter your morning illusions. Every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks truth turns from the new and seeks the old masters. He eliminated the new each morning to find the eternal. You wake up believing you need more time, more coffee, more motivation, more perfect conditions. This is the great morning lie. You don't need more of anything. You need less of everything. The elimination ritual begins by identifying the 3 assassins of morning focus that masquerade as necessities. First assassin: options. You keep 10 books by your bedside, 4 meditation apps on your phone, 7 different morning routines bookmarked. This isn't preparation. It's paralysis. Choice is the enemy of action. Tomorrow, eliminate everything except 1 book, 1 practice, 1 path. Watch how focus floods the vacuum where confusion once lived. Second assassin: yesterday's ghosts. Every morning, you drag corpses of yesterday's failures into today's potential. That argument, that mistake, that missed opportunity, they're all dead, yet you perform CPR on their memories every dawn. The Stoics had a word: amnesia voluntaria, voluntary forgetting. Not denial, but conscious release. Tomorrow morning, speak aloud. Yesterday is a fossil, today is alive. Third assassin: the comfort costume. You know that robe, those slippers, that extra blanket, the uniform of the unsuccessful. Comfort in the morning is a sedative that makes you believe rest is more valuable than conquest. Marcus Aurelius slept on boards not because beds weren't available, but because comfort makes kings into peasants. Strip your morning of every unnecessary comfort. Make it austere. Make it intense. The elimination ritual creates empty space, and empty space terrifies the modern mind. We've been programmed to fill every void with noise, every silence with stimulation. But focus doesn't grow in crowds. It grows in deserts. When you eliminate the non-essential, what remains isn't less. It's concentrated power. Tomorrow, eliminate one thing from your morning. Just one. That second cup of coffee that makes you jittery. That news check that makes you angry. That snooze button that makes you weak. Feel the discomfort of its absence. That discomfort is your focus being forged in the fire of discipline. Number 3. The attention archaeology. Beneath the rubble of your scattered thoughts lies buried treasure, pure prehistoric focus that existed before smartphones, before obligations, before the world convinced you that multitasking was evolution when it's actually devolution. You're not learning focus, you're excavating it from beneath years of digital sediment. Epictetus, who transformed from property to profit, understood that attention isn't created, it's uncovered. No one can hurt you without your permission. Your mind is your own, unless you surrender it. Every morning you must become an archaeologist of your own awareness, carefully brushing away layers of mental debris to reveal the artifact of absolute concentration beneath. The excavation begins with what I call the morning mapping. For 3 minutes, precisely 3, not 2, not 5, you trace your thoughts like a detective following footprints. Where does your mind go when unleashed? That project that haunts you? That person who hurt you? That success you're chasing? These aren't random thoughts. They're coordinates marking where your attention is already buried. Most people's focus is fossilized under layers of other people's emergencies. Your boss's priorities, your family's needs, society's expectations. They've all been burying your authentic attention for so long, you've forgotten what your own focus feels like. Tomorrow morning, ask yourself the archaeological question: if no one needed anything from me today, where would my attention naturally flow? The answer will disturb you, because you'll realize you haven't directed your own attention in months, maybe years. You've been an attention puppet, strings pulled by every notification, every request, every artificial urgency. The attention archaeology isn't just about finding your focus. It's about recognizing who stole it. Ancient Roman architects could tell you exactly where every stone in their buildings carried weight. They understood structural integrity. Your morning attention works the same way. Some thoughts are decorative. They can be removed. Others are load-bearing. Remove them and everything collapses. The archaeology is learning the difference. When you excavate your authentic focus, you'll find it's sharper than you remember. Cleaner, more powerful, like discovering a blade that's been buried for decades. Once you remove the rust, it still cuts. Your prehistoric focus, the kind your ancestors used to track prey for hours, to study the stars, to build civilizations, it's still there, waiting beneath the surface noise. Tomorrow morning, spend 3 minutes in archaeological silence. No guided meditation, no background music, no structure. Just you and the dig site of your own consciousness. What you uncover will determine whether you spend another day as a tourist in your own life or finally become its architect. Number 4. The compression chamber. Diamonds form under pressure. So does focus. Yet every morning, you reduce pressure instead of increasing it, choosing ease over intensity, comfort over compression. You're trying to create diamonds in a pillow factory, wondering why you keep producing feathers. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations during plague, war, and betrayal. Not despite these pressures, because of them. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. He understood what you're about to learn. Focus without pressure is just daydreaming with good intentions. The compression chamber is a morning practice that will revolutionize your relationship with pressure. Instead of easing into your day, you're going to compress it. Set a timer for 17 minutes, not 15, not 20, 17. The unusual number prevents your brain from falling into familiar patterns. In those 17 minutes, you'll accomplish what usually takes you an hour. Choose your hardest task. The one you've been avoiding, the one that makes your stomach tighten when you think about it. That's your compression material. Most people save their hardest task for when they're ready. But readiness is a myth sold by procrastination. You're never ready. You're only willing or unwilling. During those 17 minutes, you become a pressure cooker. No bathroom breaks, no water sips, no position adjustments. You sit or stand in one spot and you attack that task like your life depends on it, because your life does depend on it. Every dream you have requires you to master pressure, not avoid it. Watch what happens around minute 11. Your mind will stage a rebellion. It will manufacture emergencies, sudden thirst, urgent bathroom needs, critical texts to check. This is the compression working. This is carbon becoming diamond. Don't negotiate with terrorists, especially when the terrorist is your own comfort-seeking mind. The compression chamber reveals a horrifying truth. You could have been performing at this level all along. Those tasks that take you 3 hours, they're 30-minute tasks inflated by distraction. That project that's been sitting for weeks, it's a 2-day sprint disguised as a marathon. You haven't been slow, you've been decompressed. When that timer rings at 17 minutes, you'll feel something primal, the satisfaction of pressure transformed into power. Your ancestors felt this after successful hunts, after battles won, after mountains climbed. It's the feeling of compression creating something harder, sharper, more valuable than what existed before. Number 5. The victory verdict. Every morning ends with a verdict. Either you conquered or you were conquered. Either you directed your focus or it was hijacked. There's no middle ground in the courtroom of consciousness. The victory verdict is the brutal practice of declaring yourself winner or loser before your morning ends and living with the consequences. Seneca ended each day examining his actions, but he began each morning with something more powerful: pre-commitment to victory. Every night before going to sleep, we must ask ourselves, what weakness have I overcome today? What virtue have I acquired? But the question that mattered more was the one he asked at dawn. How will I conquer today? At exactly 8:47 a.m. tomorrow, set an alarm. You'll conduct your victory verdict. Stand up wherever you are, speak aloud, even if people stare. Declare either, I won this morning, or I lost this morning. No explanations, no justifications, no kind of, or mostly, or except for. Binary, brutal, beautiful. This verdict isn't about perfection, it's about perception. When you declare victory, your brain releases a cocktail of neurochemicals that literally reshape your neural pathways. You're not just stating what happened, you're programming what happens next. Victory builds momentum, defeat builds wisdom. Both build strength if you're honest about which one occurred. The victory verdict forces you to define winning before the game begins. What constitutes morning victory for you? Completing your hardest task, maintaining focus for 90 minutes, refusing to check your phone. Define it tonight, because tomorrow's verdict depends on today's definition. Vague goals produce vague results. Specific victories produce specific power. Most people drift through mornings in a grey zone of partial success and acceptable failure. They never taste the pure ecstasy of total victory or the educational agony of complete defeat. They live in lukewarm water, never boiling, never freezing, never transforming. The victory verdict forces you to pick a temperature and live with the consequences. When you declare, "I won this morning," something ancient activates, the same mechanism that made your ancestors remember successful hunting grounds, winning battle strategies, survival techniques. Your brain literally maps the morning as territory conquered, making tomorrow's victory more likely. You're not just winning the morning, you're training your brain to expect victory. But when you declare, "I lost this morning," you gift yourself something equally valuable: clarity about your weaknesses and fuel for tomorrow's fight. Defeat acknowledged is defeat that teaches. Defeat denied is defeat that repeats. The morning you just designed isn't the morning you wanted. It's the morning you needed. These 5 rules, the sovereignty seizure, the elimination ritual, the attention archaeology, the compression chamber, and the victory verdict, aren't additions to your morning. They're revelations of what your morning was always meant to be. Marcus Aurelius died peacefully, knowing he had won more mornings than he lost. Seneca faced execution with calm focus, prepared by thousands of dawn victories. Epictetus transformed from slave to sage, not through fortune's favor, but through morning mastery. Their legacy isn't their words, it's their mornings, replicated across centuries by those brave enough to seize their own dawn. Tomorrow, you join this lineage. Not because you're ready, but because you're willing. The person who wakes up tomorrow won't be the person who's watching this video. That person will be armed with ancient wisdom and modern will. That person will have a choice previous versions of you never had. The choice to architect your attention instead of auctioning it. Your mornings have been rehearsals. Tomorrow is opening night. The audience, your dreams, your potential, your unlived life sits waiting. The curtain rises with your eyelids. The performance begins with your first conscious breath. Like this video if you're ready to transform tomorrow's dawn. Subscribe to join an army of morning warriors. Share this with someone whose mornings need revolution. Comment below with your commitment. The alarm will ring tomorrow. For the first time in your life, you'll be ready for it. Type these final 3 words. Tomorrow I conquer.